Well, guess who was right again? That's right, it was me. As you can see, the market cap is about to hit 4 million in just under 24 hours when it hit its all-time low of 3 million. Or 3 billion, sorry. So 2 days ago, it hit an all-time low of 3 billion CS2 market cap. And now it's back at 3.9. Overall, it's about to recover from the loss it made yesterday. And the rebound is just really crazy. It started happening last night. And it just kind of shows you that how people were just like, hold on, what am I doing? Why am I panic selling? There's no need to panic sell. And people have been panic buying inventories back. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of investors have been picking up a lot of amazing deals because the prices were just crazy. See, personally, I don't know why people were panic selling Dragon Laws, Hows, Hot Rods, like those skins that would have absolutely no effect on the changes the update brought. But people did it regardless. But as you can see, the rebound has come back really nice. So the Hot Rod, 3,700 went down to 1,900, but it's already a grand back up into positive, and it's probably going to keep going upwards. This happened with a lot of other skins. The gloves and the knives, not much as a bounce back because people were like, they're very hesitant, and I'm hesitant as well because of D-Day coming next week, which will be in 4 days. But in 4 days' time, that's when the trade bans will be lifted for all the new knives that were crafted by buying reds off the market. And like I said in the previous videos, the supply being added to the knife supply of the markets aren't going to be that huge. It's going to obviously affect the numbers, and there's going to be a lot more supply, which will make the demand, the demand is going to be very low because people are waiting for how much supply is going to be rushed onto the market. And obviously, the price is going to go down because everyone's trying to one-up each other, by selling like, 10 cents, $2, $5, $10 less than the previous seller. So overall, it's going to be like a free-for-all, but compared to what we've currently saw, it's not going to reach those heights, or those lows, should I say, of what's happened originally from all the panic selling, because a large portion of the stuff being sold was people from like single inventories of selling like 1 or 2 knives. There hasn't been like a massive influx of like one inventory being mass sold. And because of the big influx of knives coming in, it's obviously going to go low, but I don't think it's going to hit an extra all-time low, because I reached 3 billion market cap, was the lowest it ever went to. It didn't dip under, which is, I was hoping it would, but it'd be great. So the supply got halved, or the price of the market got halved, and a main majority of that is because people were selling luxury skins as well. And that kind of took a hit, which kind of reverts back to my first argument. It's like, why are you selling like an orb gun gear? Because they think the market was over, so they're just panic selling everything that they have, which was very silly from the get-go, but some people probably got some nice deals on them, so power to the people who bought those. Obviously, an average gamer wouldn't buy an orb gun gear, that's for sure, but maybe an investor wanted to add 1 or 2 to his collections, and they probably did. Back to the main point. So in 4 days, when the new knives get untrade banned, there's going to be a massive influx, but I don't think there's going to be a massive change. And let me kind of define what I mean massive. Massive is losing 50% of the market cap in terms of knives. Some of them went down to 70%. I don't want to say discount, but they went down 70% down in price compared to the original price pre-update. And what's going to happen is, I think it's going to go low, but it's not going to go 70% low, because people are kind of noticing that, well, hold on, there's been a certain amount of reds been trade up, and the supply of the reds have been decreased, but it hasn't been a crazy amount. Because like the statistics and the math I showed you before, that people have to do all the reds to add, at least 50% of the supply. So the knives getting put on the market in the coming weeks is going to be probably about less than 30% to the supply, even less probably, because some people might have unboxed good knives and they want to keep those knives because they're like, oh, this is a really nice knife, I'm going to keep that. But a large portion of the people who will be selling will be chasing the profits. So people trying to get those profits of, buying the reds that were only under $100, they want to kind of get their money worth, so they'll be, putting at the lowest bids. So that's why it's going to kind of go down really fast. And then it's going to stabilize, and then it's going to rebound exactly the way that this market has done as well. And I wouldn't be surprised in a couple of months' time, like we'll be back at 5 to 6 billion, because people are bullish about this, because they're like, oh, wow, Well, actually, there's two halves. Some people are like me, are saying, well, it's not going to really affect my inventory at all because I'm going to continue playing the game, and I'm like, oh, I've always wanted that knife, or oh, I've always wanted that gun skin, let me buy it. And a lot of people think that way, but then also the other section of the community are saying, I don't trust Valve. Valve is ruined trading. It's not a free market. They control it. It's like, well, I think they've always controlled it. We just kind of don't think about that because they can do anything they want to this game. I also bought some nice skins myself. I will show you later, but I just kind of want to get to the point first. So if you really want to get a nice glove and knife combo, I think you've kind of missed your opportunity with the first massive decline, the 50%, 70% discount. I keep saying discount because that's the way I see it, because these prices are never going to get really that low ever again. So I think it's just a massive discount to get those knives and those gloves that you really want. But it has rebounded quite nicely from the market, as you can see on the screen right here. Look, 70% increase in the butterfly knife fade. Jeez Louise. And where's the other glove skin that was here? And you got the gloves here, rebounded 47, 58%. Obviously, it's still down overall a large amount, but it's not as much as it was before. And it's going to continually rise up. And then when the new update hits, it's going to take a big hit, especially for knife skins that are like vanillas. I've seen a ton of vanillas get traded up because of battle scarred. So a lot of people are putting battle scarred in there, and it just automatically kind of gives them the vanilla. And then you got people just doing butterfly only trade ups. So they're only using like the P90 Asimov to guarantee a butterfly knife as well. So there's going to be a massive influx for a wide range. There's also going to be higher tier luxury items as well, like emeralds, rubies, and sapphires are going to be put into the market. Even the #1 Karambit case hardened pattern was unboxed as well, which was crazy. So instead of it being a 1-for-1, it's now a 1-for-2. And even then, it's 1-for-2. I still reckon it would go for a lot of money, because the guy who originally owned that Karambit got offered like $1.3 million for it, and he turned it down. So if there's two on the market now, that honestly could be worth like just shy of $1 million, because if the other guy doesn't want to sell and the streamer that got it doesn't want to sell, then it's going to be a very desirable item, especially amongst the Euler investors for sure. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. I've been probably right so far with all my past videos, apart from, the wild theory that I did last video, which is what they're trying to move away from cases. But then it's also at the same time, it's like cases are their biggest profit. But then it's what's more important, profit or getting away with kind of bending the gambling international laws. I might make another update video of what might happen in the future, but it's kind of hard because it's like all the updates they're pushing is trying to get around international gambling laws, but cases is by far their biggest revenue. So it's like if they transition into the collections or the Genesis collection, for example, it's like, are they going to put the golds in it and they're going to be reds? But I don't want to go on a tangent about that idea. You can watch my previous video if you want to kind of get an insight into what I was thinking. But I might make another video later on kind of explaining the ups and downs of going in that direction or staying in the current course. So anyway, regardless, if you want to get a nice knife and combo, I can wait until the next trade bans are up. And then on that day or the following day is when you should buy it, because I guarantee you the market will rebound very quickly, just like this update. And just like I said earlier, I'll show you what I just got from the market. Obviously, I've already got the butterfly tiger tooth that I told you about earlier, but I also snagged this beauty, StatTrak AK-47 Min Wear. I've always wanted an AK-47 Vulcan. Obviously, I wanted it FAQ new, and I wanted a Titan Hollow on the gun bun right here. But obviously, I'm not an Euler, and I don't have that kind of money to spend on this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an AK-47 Vulcan fake Titan Hollow and do the fake one with the 3 snorkels right there. And that's probably close enough to my dream AK. And I'm going to be pretty happy with it. I also grabbed an OG Golden Koi StatTrak FAQ new. Had a nice little electricity pattern on it, which I honestly was going to do some like golden signatures on here, but I kind of like the style that they've gone with, so I might actually keep it. And then I also grabbed a nice little Hyper Beast of 5.7 because I've always wanted to get one of these, But I've kind of been like, oh, no, I don't really need it because it's a pistol gun. It's not going to be one of my main weapons. But I caved because it was a really, really good discount. Also, it's part of the Operation Hydra collection, which has the lowest circulation of cases in the entire game. So I was like, oh, investment / I get to use it, and it looks pretty damn cool. I also was planning on getting AK-47 fuel injector and M4A1S print stream minware, but I missed out 3 times. There was one that was like 60% off, and it had some nice Team Spirit hollowers on it. Missed that. There's another one that had like some golden stickers on it. Missed that. There's a 4Craft Navi print stream one. Missed that. Flip side one. Missed that. So there was a bunch that I missed, and I was like, ah, damn it, or whatever. So I might get another one in the future. Not too sure, but overall, that's what I've gotten from the market. I've mainly focused on skins because of the upcoming trade ban release. The skins of knives and gloves will go down even more. Excuse me. I've never been a glove person, and I still really aren't a glove person, but like I said before, this is definitely your opportunity to invest in some gloves and knives after the trade ban is gone, because there's going to be a massive influx of people trying to grab that small bit of profit from their trade ups of reds. So best of luck to you. That's the update of the market and my perspective on it. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to let me down below. And yeah, I'll be back in a couple of days or something about a crazy wild theory or something else, who knows. But for now, hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh, who's that? Who's that? Oh, it's me. Wow. Yeah.